Mevan go merere telawa, go ngai tabua, ando talita kana vararonga na Radio Fiji 1 nando maiviti.
Radio Fiji 1 nando maiviti.
Ravinaka Fiji in this bulletin. Americans react to Biden's victory. Businessman threatens legal action against Feroz Gulam. And Sudelpa defers review of Constitution. Democrat Joe Biden has made his first speech as U.S. President-elect, vowing not to divide but unify the country. However, people across the United States reacted to Biden's presidential win, some with glee, others with defiance. Bar businessman Jay Dayal has threatened to take legal action against logger and former National Federation Party proposed candidate Feroz Gulam Mohammed for making serious allegations of corruption against him. Amongst many allegations, Mohammed, who claims to be a paid-up member of the NFP, alleges Jay Dayal bribed the government to give him a mahogany subcontract. However, Jay Dayal has outrightly refuted these allegations, saying Feroz Gulam Mohammed needs mental treatment. Pranita Prakash reports.
Loga Feroz Gulam Mohammed, who actively criticizes many people on social media, has now decided to attack bar businessman Jay Dayal. Mohammed alleges that he suffered more than $7 to $8 million in losses due to a corrupt mahogany deal between Dayal and the government, and that Dayal became the president of the Fiji Sawmillers Association with 4 dishonest sawmillers.
तो वो शर्म खाई because वो बहुत भारी पंडित बना है अपने आप के.
He was never a member of the Fiji Sawmillers Association, though he joined the group that lobbied for mahogany licenses in 2013. In 2013, we all know Fiji First Party was not formed when licenses were granted. So him to be quoting that we made a deal with Fiji First Party is grossly untrue. Other members of the Fiji Sawmillers Association were not granted licenses simply because they had not applied for it. These licenses were applied in individual capacity, not as an association. So there is no question of dividing any particular allocation amongst sawmillers. And the claims by Feroz in this respect is also untrue.
Mohammed alleges Jay Dayal is a corrupt and dishonest person who cuts a deal with the government on behalf of the former Lands Minister Ashnil Sudhakar.
कंडीशन रह जय दयाल के कि सुधाकर के एक पोर्टफोलियो मिली, तबे सुधाकर एक पोर्टफोलियो मिला उसके.
What he's saying about doing personal attacks on me is basically libelous and it's a defamatory nature. And his claims regarding former Minister Sudhakar to be granted a post is so. All in all, I have to say that Feroz needs mental help, and from his comments, I can only conclude or deduce that he is a liar of highest order.
Dayal says Feroz Gulam Mohammed needs mental help and has threatened to take legal action against him. Mohammed recently called for a coup in Fiji, for which he was questioned about while in custody. He left for New Zealand after his release and has been there ever since. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Social Democratic Liberal Party's constitution review has been moved to next June. This was confirmed by the party's General Secretary Mile Duitu Turanga, saying their constituencies had requested more time. Duitu Turanga says this means an outcome of changes will not be tabled in this November's annual general meeting. She says the review committee updated in last week's management board meeting they want all members and supporters to pitch in their contribution. Duitu Turanga also confirmed the election for the party's leadership position is still set for the end of this month. Many victims of domestic violence are choosing to go back to their partner, and some having to go through incidents of violence multiple times. Fiji Women's Crisis Center Coordinator Shamima Ali says these women are aware of the risk and returns because they need to take care of their families. Ali says the center has equipped them with this necessary advice and highlighted concerns over perpetrators who continue to commit the offense. She adds victims return home in the hope that things will change, but this is not the case for some.
After we've helped them and gone through the processes, the majority of them go back because what they want is the violence to stop. They don't want to leave their families and their husbands, so the majority of them go back. But they do know they're empowered enough from the crisis center's counseling to know what the remedies are. What are the remedies available for them in terms of the law?
Struggles will be a thing of the past for some small business owner, Meriamo Lalakombatiki. Lalakombatiki is the first prize winner for the Fiji Bloom Business Accelerator Program, an initiative under South Pacific Business Development in assisting rural women in their micro-business. Venina Rakotonga reports the Verata Udini Vanua native was among the 19 women who were awarded.
Introducing innovative ideas to expand her business was one of the key contributions to Lalakombatiki's success.
I live near the seashore, and our main source of income is just fishing, seafood, lobsters, octopus, fresh fish, seaweeds. And from that time, I started planning to sell seafood packs.
The 60-year-old says the global pandemic has affected her sales and she had to look at alternatives to cushion the impacts.
The price has been going low, especially when we do selling in the market. We hardly see people coming by. From morning till midday, about 4 o'clock, they will come.
SPBD Director Elrico Munoz says they have also helped other entrepreneurs who are struggling.
Their loans, so we had a repayment holiday of 6 months. Then after that, we even restructured their existing loans so that they can stretch it to another 52 weeks. Then in addition to that, we also provide business recovery loans.
The Fiji Bloom project is the first of its kind designed to assist micro-entrepreneurs expand their businesses. Venina Rakautonga, FBC News.
Villagers on the Southern Lao Group have stressed that they do not wait for the government to provide assistance as they take matters into their own hands. Following any natural disaster, the villagers react quickly to rebuild and rehabilitate, which has strengthened their resilience. UN Resident Coordinator Sanaka Samarsina says the scene of optimism struck most government and UN officials during the joint intervention and community awareness in Moala, Totoe Matuku, Vatoa and Oneilau. He says self-help or resilience is prevalent in most rural and maritime communities, which has been a norm for years.
At least at a very minimum, learn that what we do must not take away what they already have, which is their resilience. We should not create a culture of dependency, where they're able to find local solutions for the problems they face, but they don't because they wait for some assistance to come, and probably that assistance will take a very long time if it'll come at all because of the distance.
Up ahead, Suva crowned VPL champions and Suva volleyball competition draws in more interest.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. The full-valve Suva side has been crowned the 2020 Vodafone Premier League champions. This is after they held 92 a 0-all draw in the VPL decider at Suva's ANZ Stadium yesterday. The Whites needed a win or a draw to secure the VPL title as they led with 26 points on the standings after 13 rounds. Suva head coach Babs Khan says the players had the right behavior heading into the game.
Told me that he wanted to win the National League, and I said, all right, we'll work on it. And we had some plans, and we was just thinking and looking at how the players' behaviors were at first two outings, and it was pretty intact. You know, they was very disciplined, and it shows for it right now.
Getting promoted to the Premier Division has been a long journey for the Nandronga. This is after the Stallions hammered Bua 3-0 in the second leg of the Senior Division playoff on Saturday. 2 goals from Daniela Raumbula and 1 from Charles William cemented Nandronga's spot in the Premier Division for next season. Nandronga head coach Johnny Williams says they are ready for the long leagues.
It's been a long journey for us, 8 months and 15 hard games. But at the beginning we were confident, and I trusted in the boys. The journey's over, and now we look forward to the next level and the next season.
The Digicel Suva Volleyball Club League competition has been deemed a success following the first round of competitions yesterday. More than 30 men and women teams were part of the competition. The tournament will run over the next 23 weeks. Interim General Secretary Seremaya Langilangi says they're expecting the number of teams to increase in the next few weeks.
So there's a lot of teams that are still wanting to register with us. So as we continue with our club games every week, then we'll see that a lot more teams are coming in, a lot more new players and a lot new talents. So then we will start to see how that will go on in terms of the games.
Cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, find apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Moderate easterly winds, fresh at times, moderate to rough seas. That is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news, fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suba. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.